Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, August 24th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 645 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. The Taliban now controls a U.S.-made super surveillance system. Mom stabbed husband, teen and herself, Miami-Dade police say, and a baby girl died. Hawaii Governor David Ige urges tourists to stay home amid COVID surge. Now is not the time to visit the islands. Man accused of sexually harassing girls through his work with Tarrant County churches. Former Trump Pentagon chief says U.S. troop withdrawal date from Afghanistan was never fixed. 19-year-old woman wanted after setting man on fire, killing him in Texas home, police say. Biden kneels at White House celebration of WNBA champ Seattle Storm. Retired Navy SEALs post about Afghanistan, imagining he was president, goes viral. 1,893 LA students, staff tested positive for coronavirus last week, group reports. Explosive California wildfire knocking on the door of Tahoe area. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. G7 grapples with Afghanistan, an afterthought not long ago, Associated Press. Israel says it carried out airstrikes on Hamas targets after balloon attack, Fox News. Afghanistan falls to the Taliban, live updates, The Washington Post. Google Meet now warns you when you're causing an echo, The Verge. Samsung says Galaxy Z Fold 3 and Z Flip 3 have broken its sales record, Sam Mobile. Spider-Man, No Way Home trailer, fans react to Willem Dafoe return as Green Goblin, The Independent. GOP pays Rudy Giuliani associates wrapped up in Ukraine probe, The Daily Beast. European markets edge higher on Pfizer vaccine approval and easing taper worries, M&S up 4.9%, CNBC. Kathy Hochul becomes New York's first female governor, NPR. Fauci says he misspoke on when he believes U.S. could get COVID under control, Fox News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Goodbye, Millennial Pink, Barbie Pink is taking over. Comments on Lizzo's health aren't helpful, they're concern trolling. Online meat and seafood delivery sources that'll ship to you. Missy Elliott's career advice is the best thing going on Twitter. U.S. veteran reunites with 3 Italian children he saved during World War II. Proud Boys leader who burnt BLM flag gets 5 months in jail. Trump supporters were asked if they got vaccinated and you know what happened next. Mayim Bialik to guest host Jeopardy, following Mike Richards' resignation. Stephen A. Smith has blunt message for anti-vaxxers taking horse meds for COVID-19. Jordan Klepper trolls anti-vaxxers to their face in epic Daily Show takedown. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Man dies saving 2 children from rough waters. 2 teens shot in a Walmart bathroom. Church gives free food to kids each week. Cops find blood on dumpster, body in garbage truck. Police crack down on sex trafficking. Patrol says woman with 4 kids in car fled trooper. Generous donors replace stolen kayak. Family buries 5 children killed in fire. Firefighters jackhammer concrete to save dog trapped in storm drain. Woman found dead in park worked as escort. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Rescuers in Tennessee search for missing after deadly flash floods. G7 leaders to meet as Afghanistan withdrawal deadline nears. Off the field, at her bedside, where I should be. A Texas sheriff's grim task, finding bodies as migrant deaths surge. Biden faces a trade-off, stop corruption, or migration? The cotton tote crisis. Is New York's wave of gun violence receding? Expert theories in for hope. The first report, Jason Berry uncovers abuse in the church. My roommates have been listening to my therapy sessions, is that okay? 9 Democrats are making Nancy Pelosi's life harder, guess who's cheering? The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. The GOP's full court press to recruit NH-Gov Sununu to run for Senate in 2022. Cal Thomas, Afghanistan's horrors will spread. Does Team Biden have a grip on reality? Shohei Ohtani already better than Babe Ruth, World Series champ says. Patriots Mac Jones praises Cam Newton's mentorship in midst of transition to NFL. A's lose late lead again, Bowers rallies Mariners to 5-3 win. Winston TD's highlights Saints 23-21 preseason win over Jags. China says sanctions on Taliban not productive. Merrifield has 3 RBIs, Paris homers as KC downs Astros 7-1. Cubs top Rockies 2-13 Wrigley Field losing streak. Stanton, Yankees win 10th straight, cool off Braves 5-1. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, August 24th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Baseball report, Miguel Cabrera joins 500 home run club. 4th stimulus check, will another relief payment come this year? We embrace our messy moments, Nicole Snooki Pelosi, Tori Spelling, Adam Rippon and Teddy Ray preview MTV's messiness. Viral video, teens flee as young black bear strolls through Twin Cities neighborhood. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Tiger who came to tea could lead to rape and harassment, campaigner claims. Extinction Rebellion chaos enters second day as roads remain closed in London's West End. Family complain after room booking is cancelled as hotel is instead filled with Afghan refugees. This Mrs. Hinge approved shark steam mop is on sale for under $100 on Amazon. Impressed shoppers say these soft and cozy soft sleep pillows help with neck pain. COVID deaths rose 8% in England and Wales last week, official data reveals. Ambulance crews rushed 24 to hospital from 4-star spa hotel after they breathed in chlorine gas. Afghanistan evacuation, flights on war footing as deadline looms. Ministers could make it a crime to enter Afghanistan. Little boy hospitalized with chicken pox was left with livid red eczema on his face. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. 7 people at German university victims of apparent poisoning. Hive updates, Biden to decide on extending Afghan evacuation mission as soon as Tuesday. Australia's Prime Minister compares coronavirus exit strategy to the Croods movie. Central Intelligence Agency Director William Burns held secret meeting in Kabul with Taliban leader Abdul Ghani Baradar. UN rights chief warns of abuses in the Taliban's Afghan blitz. South Africa to extradite Mozambique's ex-finance minister. Afghans in Indonesia protest Taliban, demand resettlement. Israeli strikes hit Gaza, Palestinian teen killed in Nablus. North Korea is yet to begin COVID vaccinations as delays hamper UN-backed rollout. Groundhog Day has to end, Australia plots path beyond COVID-0 and lockdowns. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus live news. Hawaii governor wants to curb travel, Israel boosters beating Delta. UK property sales slide after stamp duty holiday scaled back, Business live. Uber rival Didi Chuxing suspends plans for UK and Europe launch. McDonald's runs out of milkshakes due to supply chain issues. The world's fastest blind man and more, 10 US Paralympians to watch. Cash for kills, why are people paying for coaches to get better at video games? After the intermission, films are back in cinemas, but will the crowds return too? The 6 super dogs who saved turtles, it's all powered by love. Philippines Duterte agrees to run as vice president in 2022. Kill it, U.S. officials advise no mercy for lanternfly summer invasion. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. COVID-19 live updates, 3 Houston area emergency rooms shutter due to surge. The latest, Pakistan says educators, students 17 plus to get jab. Afghanistan updates, U.S. troops running extraction missions outside airport. Igor Vovkovinsky, tallest man in U.S., dies in Minnesota. Watch, racehorse escapes track, runs on highway. Judge blocks photography ban in Georgia's new election law. FDA grants full approval to Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. Forced medication recommended for Danish suspect in wildfire. Former election opponent of Mexico's president flees country. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Hakainde Hichilema, Zambia's new president inspires African opposition leaders. Russian toddler lost in woods for 4 days vows never again. Afghanistan, Sandhurst Sisterhood helping female Afghan soldiers to flee. Fire at Mexican offshore oil platform kills 5. Afghanistan evacuation, bittersweet relief for interpreter now in UK. Afghanistan, why cannot the UK hold Kabul airport without the US? How Afghanistan rattled Asia and emboldened China. Rose Atkins on Trump's Taliban deal. Chinese ride-hailing giant Didi halts UK launch plan. The Angolan soldier who became a London pub legend. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Pediatricians say it's a no-no to vaccinate children under 12 against COVID-19, even though it's now legal. AP Top Stories August 24th. Full vaccine approval, mandates might help U.S. control virus next year, Fauci says, live COVID-19 updates. Kathy Hochul becomes NY's first female governor. Ginkgo trees decipher ancient climate. Today in history for August 24th. Governor, now is risky time to travel to Hawaii. U.S. increases Kabul evacuations as threats persist. Biden celebrates 2020 WNBA champ Seattle Storm. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Torrance police find more than 300 recall ballots in suspect's car, along with gun, drugs. Amid unprecedented fire season, LA officials urge residents to be prepared. Bay Area home gutted by fire sells for $1 million. Attorney General forces Bakersfield to reform troubled police department. California's top court overturns death penalty for mentally ill man. Splash Mountain revamp spotlights New Orleans, Mardi Gras with Tiana leading the fun. La Puente man steals 620,000 iCloud photos in plot to find images of nude women. Drought worsens in Southern California, with Ventura County in worst category. Calder fire burns more than 440 homes as Lake Tahoe air quality ranks among worst in U.S. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Ukraine's evacuation plane hijacked in Afghanistan, taken to Iran, report. One child dies every 10 minutes in Yemen amid Saudi-led war, UNICEF. Seeking world recognition, Taliban vows to help fight terror and climate change. Rain fell at the normally snowy summit of Greenland for the first time on record. New Zealand warns Delta strain like a whole new virus amid rise. The British government will discuss proposals to blacklist Afghanistan, which would jail people for up to 10 years if proven to have visited the outlawed territory. Stranded dugong in Indonesia reportedly cut up for traditional medicine. Close cousins of manatees are listed as vulnerable to extinction. Taliban warns there will be consequences if U.S. and allies do not meet August 31st deadline. World's fastest accelerating coaster suspended because riders keep breaking their bones. BC governor announces COVID passport required for restaurants, sporting events, activities. Top epidemiologist resigns from Ontario's COVID-19 science table, alleges withholding of grim projections. Doctor says fall modeling not being shared in transparent manner with the public. Local council shoots rescue dogs to death in Australia, cites COVID-19 restrictions. We're in big trouble. Doctors worry Canada's fourth wave of COVID-19 could be biggest yet. U.S. evacuates 48,000 from Afghanistan as Taliban calls August 31st withdrawal deadline. Red line. A tale of two rooftops. Study finds solar panels on green roof more efficient. The next headlines are from Forbes. The new MLS All-Star Game format could rival baseball's Summer Classic. Kamala Harris accuses China of coercion and intimidation, vows U.S. support for allies in Indo-Pacific. Disabled people utterly failed by TV, says decorated screenwriter Jack Thorne. Looking back, how a young Ukrainian American helped build a national news agency in Ukraine in the 1990s. Billionaire Lucio Tan's Philippine Airlines returns planes, defers new aircraft deliveries amid losses. WWE Raw results, winners, news and notes with SummerSlam 2021 fallout. Retail goes direct but China gets a pass from Biden. Spider-Man, No Way Home trailer promises happy Hollywood ending for 2021. The Biden administration's mugging of Keysight Technologies vandalizes basic economics. America deserves a modern infrastructure bill. The next headlines are from Nature.com. 5 Principles for Climate Resilient Cities. First authors, is co-equal genuinely equal? Could Europe become the first climate-neutral continent? Home Laboratory, interactive science from the kitchen. Emergence and expansion of SARS-CoV-2 B.1.526 after identification in New York. Innovative tools take aim at antibiotic-resistant microbes. Protein structure prediction revolutionized. Genetic patterns offer clues to evolution of homosexuality. Making sense of quantum-level chaos. A crystalline trithorium cluster with S-aromatic metal-metal bonding. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,726,941,462 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Privatization will destroy essence of Channel 4, says content chief Ian Katz. Series Mania to honor HBO's Christina Sula back with First Woman in Series award. Taliban hostage drama and Tomorrow We Will Be Dead to open Zurich Festival, Global Bulletin. Samuel Goldwyn films nabs Marguerite Queen of the North for the U.S. exclusive. Illegal film screenings to be punished with 3-year jail terms under Hong Kong censorship law. BJRN Runges at Studios produced Burn All My Letters starts shooting, first still unveiled exclusive. Faceless director on centering on the individuals behind the Hong Kong protests, these are human decisions, human lives we're dealing with. Rebel Dykes and Bosco filmmakers discuss using archival material to document marginalized groups. Is Amazon's Lord of the Rings headed to the Hebrides? With Scotland's production boom, anything is possible. The Gig is up director Shannon Walsh on how the gig economy is coming for all our jobs. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Harris rebukes China in major speech on Indo-Pacific. Why Pfizer's FDA approval matters and what it means for vaccine mandates. Who cares about calendars? The pumpkin spice latte is here, which means fall has begun. Here's how Democrats get their domestic agenda through, and it's not easy. Best face masks for kids, focus on comfort and a snug fit. It's pronounced Comirnaty, how one of the COVID-19 vaccines' name came to be. At-risk Afghans who fear the Taliban hunker down and wait to leave. Kathy Hochul becomes New York's first female governor. Hawaii Governor Ige asks tourists to stay away for a while because of COVID. A woman claims R. Kelly forced her to get an abortion against her will. The following headlines are from The Week. The Democrats who want to destroy the Biden presidency. Mississippi, FDA urge people to stop ingesting livestock deworming medicine to fight COVID-19. Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio sentenced to 5 months in prison for flag burning, weapons charge. Humanitarian agencies are struggling to get food into Afghanistan. Pelosi and 10 Democratic holdouts stalemate on budget and infrastructure bills, putting Biden's agenda in limbo. After 77 years, veteran reunites with Italian siblings he saved during World War II. Arizona GOP election audit report delayed because Cyber Ninja's team is quite sick with COVID-19. Kathy Hochul sworn in as New York's first woman governor. Igor Vovkovinsky, the tallest man in the U.S., dies at 38. Pfizer CEO expects COVID vaccine trials for kids to be completed in September. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Troubled water. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, August 24th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The next news is from Politico. Just watching with horror, a photographer in Afghanistan on the eve of collapse. Scientists see link between climate change and Europe's floods. Taliban threaten consequences if U.S. delays Afghanistan exit. G7 push shows United Kingdom's ambition, and its weakness. Afghan takeover reminds Europe, it has no unified refugee plan. Britcoin, no thanks, UK residents say. German election a toss-up as Merkel's center-right fades. Scientists say the world urgently needs to cut methane emissions, the politics aren't as simple. Sadness and death, inside the VA's state nursing home disaster. An enormously valuable trove, America's race against Afghan data. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Pressure for teacher vaccination increases as school return looms. 3 pandemic measures which will also curb climate change, Flannery. Australian news live, NSW records 753 new local COVID-19 cases and 1 death, stated 6 million jab target, Victoria, Queensland infections continue to grow. Cost of Indooroopilly roundabout upgrade spirals by $60 before work begins. Scare campaign over recycled water could be worse than Toowoomba, Turnbull. QLD quarantine staff refuse to remove booze from alcoholics' room. The Australian fugitive who would rather face life in prison than the Taliban. Hawks ask AFL to close off Clarkson deal loophole. Rush to cancel AstraZeneca bookings as Pfizer access widened. Australian swimmers and cyclists tipped to start Paralympics with a bang. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Encore, do people plan to leave bequests? Do they have wills? Mark Hulbert, here's how to interpret the drop in the Russell 2000 below the 200-day moving average. Market snapshot, U.S. stock futures point to further gains on Wall Street. Auto Trader, lower price and higher range if added to Polestar lineup. NerdWallet, how to use your brokerage account for a line of credit. NerdWallet, I paid for something I never used. How much can you save by canceling all of your subscriptions? Next Avenue, should you worry about breakthrough infections if you're vaccinated? Some precautions might be wise. The Wall Street Journal, FAA to review Boeing employee reports of feeling pressure over safety issues. Crypto exchange FTX buys naming rights for Cavs football field. You are not a horse, you are not a cow. FDA urges people to stop taking drug for COVID that's meant to deworm livestock. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Seneca Therapeutics, Incorporated, announces issued U.S. patents for tumor endothelial marker 8, TEM8, technology to enable better patient selection for SVV001 therapy, Yahoo Finance. AI shares 5 innovations via accessibility patent pledge, wants other devs to do the same, gamesindustry.biz. AO's patent pledge will give competitors free access to accessibility technology, VentureBeat. Registering your name as a trademark in Thailand is simple, right? Intellectual property, Thailand, Mondak News alerts. FNB News, UPL wins National IP Award 2020 and WIPO IP Enterprises Trophy for Agri-Sustainability. FNB News, fnbnews.com. International Humanist Party, Industrial Property is Theft, Presenza, International News Agency. Samus wins first round in smart speaker patent lawsuit against Google, the music network. Parliamentary Standing Committee recommendations for expanding the innovation ecosystem in India, Intellectual Property, India, Mondak News alerts. Seneca Therapeutics, Incorporated, announces issued U.S. patents for tumor endothelial marker 8, TEM8, technology to enable better patient selection for SVV001, Acrofen USA. An idea ahead of its time, how Shivers Multiphones brought on-demand music to Bremerton decades before streaming, Kit Simpson. The next headlines are from Quartz. Where do Afghan refugees go? Kamal on China, G7 Afghanistan talks, McBoat phase NFTs. The new US-Mexico-Canada trade deal is fighting corrupt unions. One of India's largest IT firms stalled the tax filing process for the entire country. Africa joins the global space race. There's nothing they can do to save themselves, shopping malls in India are in a tight spot. The use of facial recognition by the Delhi police could make systemic biases against Muslims worse. The rampant growth of U.S. college tuition is finally slowing down. The forecast, how COVID ends. What exactly is OnlyFans banning? The following headlines are from TechDirt. Washington State Supreme Court says $547 fine imposed on a homeless man violates the Constitution. Understanding the California ruling that said Prop 22, the gig worker ballot initiative, was unconstitutional. Ninth Circuit affirms MSNBC's anti-SLAPP motion against OWN Network's BS defamation lawsuit. NY Times and Washington Post criticize Facebook because the Chicago Tribune had a terrible headline. Investigation of ShotSpotter's practices is raising questions the company's angry statement really doesn't answer. Daily Deal, the Mac OS 11 course. Researchers who build similar system explain why Apple's CSAM scanning system is dangerous. Court slaps down Ajit Pai's lazy FCC ruling on 5G safety, likely fueling conspiracy theorists. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Paralympics. Igor Vovkavinsky. Mayim Bialik. Cam Newton. Saints. Psychonauts 2. Sonia Curry. Basquiat. Shang-Chi. Chrissy Teigen. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Afghan evacuee from Kabul detained for breaking house arrest in France after being surveilled due to Taliban links. Why does China seek to link Iran to its new Silk Road? RT's Kaiser report finds out. That's BOKS, UK Defence Chief rubbishes claim Marine-turned-campaigner was abandoned in Kabul with staff and rescue animals. Deadline extension for Britain's awaiting evac from Kabul airport is unlikely following Taliban warnings, UK Defence Chief. Ukrainian plane sent to evacuate citizens from Afghanistan following Taliban offensive hijacked in Kabul, Deputy Minister claims. Iranian prison chief issues apology after hacked video show abuse of prisoners. Seoul eyes welcoming hundreds of stranded and allied Afghans, reluctant to see U.S. fly in Afghan refugees to live at military bases. Israel made a mistake by celebrating victory over COVID-19 as Delta variant surprised authorities, virus czar says. Ukraine turns 30, on landmark anniversary of independence, Europe's second largest country remains divided about its future path. European gas prices fall amid restored deliveries from Russia. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Just days before trial, Elizabeth Holmes' lawyers are trying to have a key witness thrown out. Demonstrators occupy London news headquarters over pandemic coverage. Germany schnitzels itself after ditching nuclear, coal power for green pipe dreams. Bad news for South African looters as Samsung moves to block their stolen TVs. Diddy cancels planned UK-EU expansion as troubles with Beijing drag on. Whither Germany? The Second Amendment is about rifles, not racism. NASA postpones spacewalk as China completes second. Nearby planetary system may have the right conditions to host life. How Biden's American Families Plan could destroy Iowa farmers. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Wuhan's hidden trauma, after the COVID lockdown. The Indian women rappelling down a 60-foot well to find water. Iran confirms leaked footage of harsh conditions in Evin prison. U.S. leads an increasingly desperate effort to airlift thousands. Millions one step away from famine in Yemen, UN warns. Israeli troops kill Palestinian teenager in occupied West Bank. UN, Taliban's treatment of women to mark red line, Hive News. Rodrigo Duterte to run as Philippines' vice president in 2022. Israel's COVID-19 vaccine boosters show signs of taming Delta. Kamala Harris accuses China of intimidation in South China Sea. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Biden praises WNBA champs for social justice activism. Adam Schiff, evacuations in Afghanistan likely not over by August 31st, airport terror threat very real. Ratings for HBO's Hard Knocks crash 59% from 2019. California recall madness, police arrest man in car with 300 unopened ballots, gun, and drugs. Pentagon Spock's Kirby, won't rule out airlifts to Kabul airport if it's best way, commanders have authority they need. Democrat resistance to Nancy Pelosi infrastructure hostage strategy grows. Fauci endorses mandates, enough is enough, we've just got to get people vaccinated. Former UFC fighter Brendan Schaub saves kids from fatal car crash. Fauci, U.S. could get some control on pandemic by spring 2022 if unvaccinated get the shot. Poll, Americans oppose mass migration from Afghanistan. The next headlines are from UPI News. Kansas Mega Millions player wins $20,000 on her first try. Watch, teenagers' close encounter with wandering bear caught on camera. Watch, hot air balloon festival earns world record with 524 simultaneous launches. Look, Florida restaurant customer leaves staff a $10,000 tip. Watch, Washington engineer's robot beetle earns Guinness World Record. Look, groundhog rescued from runway at Washington Dulles. Watch, man walks 2.2 miles while balancing baseball bat on chin. Watch, racehorse escapes for highway run, survives barn fire. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Polish Olympian auctions silver medal for infant's heart surgery, but winning bidder won't accept it. Locals digging a well accidentally discover a $140 million star sapphire weighing half a ton. Iconic moments of this century get reimagined as ancient cave art. Look. Farmer leads scientists to fossilized egg from prehistoric giant turtle, with a revealing embryo inside. New solar-powered beat-combing robot filters even tiny plastic 30x faster than humans. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, August 24th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Scientists add human fat gene into potatoes to make them grow huge. Trump maybe not that bright, says Alex Jones after the former president defended vaccines. Cow attacks prompt beach closures at popular tourist destination. Britney Spears happy to be reunited with her dogs after dispute with housekeeper on their health. Capitol invader admits he violated conditions of pre-trial release by watching MyPillow CEO's symposium, asks the court to view the offense like a drug relapse. Subject of body recovery effort in Arkansas River found to be alive. 6 Irish people airlifted from Swedish mountain after being stranded overnight, one of them was wearing shorts. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. The feds are investigating Tesla's autopilot again, here's why. 3 ways algorithmic management makes work more stressful and less satisfying. Google Play Store introduces a nifty change, local app ratings. Facebook is bringing calling back to the main app. Apple's M1X Mac Mini may launch soon with new design and more ports. Preview, the OnePlus Buds Pro are legit AirPods Pro competitors for $150. Theoretical physicists think humans are screwing up the universe's plan. Watch NASA's stunning new panorama of the Martian landscape. Why emotion recognition AI cannot reveal how we feel. EV charging security is a crap show. The following headlines are from Science Daily. To understand future habitat needs for chimpanzees, look to the past. Sustained fast rates of evolution explain how tetrapods evolved from fish. Study assesses risk that fruits, vegetables sold in U.S. are products of forced labor. Blueprints for how human kidneys form their filtering units. Understanding how elephants use their trunk. Volcanoes acted as a safety valve for Earth's long-term climate. Phosphorescent material inspired by glow-in-the-dark wood. Meeting biodiversity, climate, and water objectives through integrated strategies. Volcanism drove rapid ocean deoxygenation during the time of the dinosaurs. Understanding cookie-cutter sharks. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, August 24th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Apostle Jeffrey Holland to Bayou, stop aiming friendly fire at LDS teachings. 3 people stabbed in Orem, man arrested. Colorado City says police ties to polygamous group are past. With all of UTC cheering him on, Tony Finau grabs his first PGA win since 2016. U.S. regulators give full approval to Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. Tony Finau ends 5-year drought and wins Northern Trust. Olympic climber Nathaniel Coleman joins fight against Little Cotton with gondola construction. Jana Reese, new YA novel explores faith, feminism, and astronomy in early Mormonism. Full approval for Pfizer vaccine means UTC could see vaccine mandates. Lawsuit alleges man was tased and beaten in Salt Lake City by law enforcement officials who didn't identify themselves. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Netflix reveals premiere date, first images for live-action Cowboy Bebop series. Hubble captures a stunning Einstein ring magnifying the depths of the universe. Mathematical model predicts best way to build muscle. Disney fires back against Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow lawsuit. The world's second largest stablecoin is undergoing a massive change. Apple has been CSAM scanning your iCloud mail since 2019. First U.S. COVID deaths came earlier than previously thought. Visa buys a CryptoPunk as it takes first steps into NFT commerce. York police drone damages plane at Buttonville Airport. Apple workers collecting stories of abuse, injustice in workplace. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Food outreach in Midtown damaged in Monday's storms. Worker shortage hits critical levels in St. Louis. After voting against mask mandate, St. Louis County Councilwoman has her own plan to combat COVID-19. Powerball players excited about new Monday night drawings. Pedestrian fatally struck while crossing Page Avenue. West St. Louis County teen shot at while driving in South St. Louis. Local businesses host donation drive to welcome Afghan refugees. You paid for it, school districts face bus driver shortages. Can you collect unemployment if you refuse the COVID-19 vaccine and get fired? Lawmakers continue probe of critical race theory in Missouri schools despite results of district survey. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. 2 juveniles hospitalized after being hit by car in South Bay. Lemon Grove teen survives car hitting him on problematic road. Hawaii governor asks only essential visitors to come. It's not a good time to travel to the islands. Closing. 2 San Diego area Disney stores will shut down next month. What's next for military members after FDA approval to Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine? California recall election, why some ballot envelopes have holes in them. College area residents voice frustrations over parties after teen shot in face. 300 recall ballots, multiple driver's licenses, drugs found in vehicle of passed out felon, police. $28 million in refunds issued through San Diego County Earned Income Tax Credit Coalition. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Air Force KC-135 Stratotanker was late for Ukrainian Independence Parade. U.S. Army conducts first live-fire test of Iron Dome defense system. Abandoned T-90 tank found at a garbage dump in Volgograd. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. With Confucius Institutes dwindling in the U.S., what's next for Chinese language education? China crushes Delta spike after weeks of strict measures. Graffiti confessions. 5 Chinese athletes to know at the Tokyo Paralympics. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, August 24, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Oakland First Friday's coming back soon. Grace Cathedral in San Francisco requiring proof of vaccination. 14 students test positive for COVID in San Mateo Foster City School District. No arrests made following disruptive illegal sideshows in San Francisco. Here's when other COVID-19 vaccines are expected to receive full FDA approval. Closing, multiple Bay Area Disney stores set to close in September. Bay Area native represents U.S. in Paralympics with wheelchair basketball team. Antioch City Council considering ban on police restraint tactics. Not a good time. Hawaii governor asks visitors to restrict travel to the islands. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Women's soccer players leave Afghanistan on evacuation flight. Match day, CL playoffs, English League Cup into second round. Berrios expected to start for the Blue Jays against the White Sox. Steele scheduled to start for Chicago against Colorado. U-46 mandates new training for school resource officers. Citing safety of veterans and volunteers, Lake County Honor Flight will not fly until spring. Dig deeper, Mundelein, new taxes coming on natural gas, electricity. Suspects charged in St. Charles mobbing. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Mission Mainland, 200 adoptable cats, kittens to fly from Hawaii to Seattle this weekend. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.1 m, depth 38.67 km, in Russian Federation August 24, 2021, 05:37 UTC, few people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for tropical cyclone Marty 21, population affected by category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green flood alert in India. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Greece, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Italy, Serbia. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, August 24th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. 2 Houston area families tied by trauma as teen gets charged with murder. Houston area schools now report more than 5,000 active COVID cases. 4-year-old found dead was beaten and had chemical-type burn near eyes, autopsy says. 3 Memorial Hermann emergency room shut down due to surge in hospitalizations. It could feel like the 100s when the kids get home from school. Man's home may have been burglarized before his body was found, HPD says. Hawaii governor urges visitors not to travel to islands amid COVID surge. Malaya base remembered 1 year after death. I haven't had any clarity on why it happened. Pecan Grove Elementary closes due to COVID risk, district says. Pasadena man accused of sexually assaulting 8-year-old in 1999 arrested. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Hochul, NY's first female governor, inherits vast challenges. Hong Kong to amend law to step up film censorship. The latest, France detains Afghan evacuee linked to Taliban. Global shares mostly rise, momentum fizzles on virus worries. The latest, China says sanctions on Taliban not productive. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. First interactive map shows how primary votes move across the city. The Uptown Finale, a Grubhub guide to the hours. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Extra, did Andrew Cuomo try to unload his dog captain on his staff? Grand Central Oyster Bar will reopen on September 7th. Cuomo's Icarus arc, how the governor's quest for pandemic power led to his undoing. De Blasio's ferry system expands to Staten Island, with Coney Island route to follow. Murphy, NJ state workers, teachers must get COVID vaccines or tested weekly. What does the governor of New York do? De Blasio says NYC considering options for homecoming concert to return. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Refugee Paralympic team will change people's lives, says Bayern Munich player and UN Goodwill ambassador. First person, health workers in Afghanistan brave safety fears, to continue treating the sick. Woman farmer shows way as small island developing state battles pandemic's impacts. Solutions to food insecurity top agenda in meeting of small island developing states. Southern African migrants excluded as COVID-19 pandemic grows. Parliamentarians determined to reach ICPD 25 goals. No end to Yemen civil war on the horizon, senior UN official briefs Security Council. Life-saving protection for children in conflict must be central to pandemic recovery, UN official. Afghanistan, UN agencies sound alarm over emergency aid supply logjam. Salvadoran migrants still look to the US to lift themselves out of poverty. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Ex-CIA director compares Trump supporters to the Taliban. Central Intelligence Agency gave Afghan warlords Viagra to help them rape more boys more often. Videos, Biden and Harris laugh at reporters asking about Afghanistan mess. Afghanistan, the new Northern Alliance resistance has already fallen apart. WikiLeaks reviews some of its greatest hits leaks on Afghanistan. The Afghanistan debacle, Zalmay Khalilzad and the Great Reset. Pfizer jab receives full approval from FDA, Pentagon mandates vaccinations for all troops. U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan deals China a win in rare metals market. No, CBS News, global warming did not create Taliban victory. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Did Tucker Carlson say this about Nebraska man's death to stoke COVID vaccine fears? Was the State Department charging Americans $2,000 for flights out of Afghanistan? Did Stallone keep the turtles from Rocky? Are toasters prohibited at Trump rallies? Did NBC report vaccinated people have higher levels of SARS-CoV-2? Igor Vovkovinsky, tallest man in U.S., dies in Minnesota. Did Taliban recreate Iwo Jima photo? Jesse Jackson and his wife test positive for COVID-19. U.S. regulators give full approval to Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. As Cuomo exits, Hochul to take office minus distractions. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Hear me out, this frozen pizza is actually delicious. Money man twists the knife in land fight with Idaho neighbors. Netflix exposes the dark side of Bob Ross' joy of painting empire. Ultra-vaxxed Israel's crisis is a dire warning to America. How nailed it, host Nicole Byer became the Bob Saget of her generation. How Biden's coronavirus response has been dragging him down. Why are Oktoberfest beers on store shelves in August? G-tier, it shouldn't shock you that Afghanistan collapsed so rapidly. Snoop Dogg schools Stephen A. Smith on weed. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Nearly 5K COVID cases linked to music and surf festival in England. De Blasio rejoices over Cuomo's demise on Twitter. Yankees' Giancarlo Stanton remains hot since move to outfield, it helps. USTA awarding record payout at the U.S. Open. DeSantis slams AP smear after wire service criticizes spokeswoman. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Why cosmic radiation could foil plans for farming on Mars. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. 2021 is shaping up to be the year of the UFO. Japan tests rotating detonation engine for the first time in space. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Arkansas school officials accused of censorship after ripping 2020 news timeline from yearbook. Kathy Hochul sworn in, first woman to serve as governor of New York. Former Governor Cuomo says so long to New York in farewell address. Dozens of doctors in Florida take part in symbolic walkout to protest unvaccinated COVID-19 patients. Jacob Blake, paralyzed by police bullets a year ago, in pain 90% of the day, family. Outrage after Australian officials order rescue dogs to be killed over COVID fears. Deadly gunfire at airport, Taliban insist on U.S. pullout date. Robert Durst drops new theory at LA murder trial, says killer was still in house when he found pal's body. Lawsuit accuses high school football team of sexual assault during hazing ritual. 3 babies have been born during Afghanistan evacuations, U.S. military official says. The following headlines are from military.com. ISIS threats, Taliban red line against extension complicate Afghanistan evacuation. Internal probe clears officer in Capitol riot shooting of Air Force veteran. Afghanistan, the war that made war normal. US-led coalition aircraft shoots down drone over Syria. 19 gut-wrenching photos of U.S. service members helping Afghan refugees. Mandatory COVID-19 vaccines coming soon for U.S. service members following FDA approval. Official who handled GI Bill benefits at Howard University leaves as school is reinstated. Putin launches construction of new warships amid tensions. Afghan woman goes into labor during U.S. military flight, gives birth aboard plane at Ramstein Air Base. Ukraine's leader vows to do all he can to bring back Crimea. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Column, keep Amazon lockers out of Chicago parks, Mr. Bezos, just strap one on me instead. Illinois expansion of health coverage for older adults living illegally in U.S. is expected to benefit thousands of essential workers at risk. Democrats redrew Illinois legislative map over GOP objections. Now they're vowing to make sure all voices are heard ahead of next week's special remap session. Some CPS schools could start year with 2 officers despite votes to reduce police presence. Decision on CPD contract delayed. Teen among 4 injured in Uptown shooting. 4 taken to hospitals after South Shore fire. Naperville School District 203, Teachers Union reached tentative contract agreement. Will more Illinois residents get vaccinated now that Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine has FDA approval? Illinois State Police investigating shooting on Eisenhower Expressway. William Rectangled, investigative journalist who went undercover to root out corruption, dies at 79. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Confirming the pedigree of uranium cubes from Nazi Germany's failed nuclear program. Possible new antivirals against COVID-19, herpes. Compounds that give coffee its distinctive mouthfeel. Genetically engineered gut bacteria could aid in combating disease. Senegal's capital floods again as experts blame poor planning. Fossil leaves may reveal climate in last era of dinosaurs. Study, climate change makes European flooding more likely. On the island of the blue dolphins, a glimmer of hope for a rare fox species. Mathematicians build an algorithm to do the twist. Astronauts' undisclosed minor medical issue delays spacewalk. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, August 24th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. The Chronicles of a Campus Security Guard During COVID. Please like me. Social media poses unique danger to kids, experts say. How to paint like Rembrandt, according to artificial intelligence. Can science explain near-death experiences? Pure CBD oil, 4 best companies. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. German economy grew 1.6% in second quarter, revised upward. Leading off, Padres try new pitch, Reds Brewers, skid. They still live in the shadow of Fairness Elizabeth Holmes. Gig apps for a pandemic economy, part-time, no commitment. Japan seeks support for Fukushima nuclear water release. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Word Game, August 24th, 2021. Horoscopes August 24th, 2021, Dave Chappelle, take the initiative to make things happen. Bridge, August 24th, 2021. Ask Amy, she posted photos of my house online, and I don't want her around my family. Harriet Cole, his bizarre posts worry me, and seeing him in person didn't help. Miss Manners, I don't see why I cannot separate husbands and wives at the table. Dear Abby, the bride says I'm wacko because I objected to the wording of the invitation. A's suffer another late game collapse, Lou Trevino blows second straight save-in loss to Mariners. I kept honking at a sleeping Tesla driver on the freeway, but she didn't wake up, roadshow. Appeals court upholds convictions in sexual assault of Oakland sex worker. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Taliban follow strict Islamic creed that doesn't change with the times, scholars say. Pelosi forced to retreat on $3.5 trillion spending bill after pushback from moderate Dems, delays vote. Adam Schiff, Afghanistan evacuation very unlikely to be completed by August 31st deadline. Democrats failed to schedule hearing on Afghanistan that Pelosi promised. Andrew Cuomo grants clemency to 6 people, hours before leaving office. Team Biden unsure how many Americans need to be evacuated as deadline nears, lawmakers say. California man found with over 300 stolen recall election ballots. Moderate Democrats brawl with Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden on spending bills. Benny Thompson, January 6, committee to seek phone records of lawmakers. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Portland's bizarre experiment with not policing Proud Boys rampage ends in gunfire. USAID Samantha Power reaches new summit of cynicism about International Criminal Court. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Man charged with first-degree murder and shooting in back of the yards, police. Menu planner, compliment your meal with herbed walnut potato salad. 16 shot Monday in Chicago. Victims rear-ended then carjacked on the north side. Horoscope for Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. Rafael Ortega snaps Cubs' 13-game home losing streak with walk-off homer. Blue Jays hand White Sox third loss in row. 4 injured in South Shore apartment fire, including firefighter. Feds say members of Madigan's inner circle weren't merely lobbying, urged judge not to toss charges. Back on tour, Hall & Oates primed for return to Tinley Park. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Government considers allowing FDI in LIC. PM Modi discusses Afghan situation with Putin, key points. Corona letter, what makes the Delta variant spread faster? Do you need COVID-19 vaccine booster after being fully vaccinated? KT Raghavan quits BJP State General Sesi post. Earthquake in Bay of Bengal, tremors felt in Chennai. Afghan pop star blames Pak for empowering Taliban. Hyundai i20 N-Line showcased, launch in September. Elon Musk, Tesla's self-driving software update not great. Google Maps best feature won't work till you do this. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. 4 thoughts on how good or bad the Astros might really be. Deshaun Watson paid awkward tribute for being named 18th in NFL Top 100. Bobby Rush talks about memoir I Ain't Studying Ya. HISD school year starts as FDA approves Pfizer's COVID shots. Rice's shift to online classes blamed on false test results. Ranking the rides of Pleasure Pier. Review, Lamb of God and Megadeth in the Woodlands. Texans defeat Cowboys 20-14 to move 2-0 in preseason. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston this week. Our 1-hour layover became a 30-hour nightmare. The next headlines are about world records making news. Pool swimmer sets new Isle of Wight world record, Bournemouth Echo. Family of brave 6-year-old in online quiz world record attempt, Barry Times. Ollie Rush begins his world record attempt swimming around the Isle of Wight, updated, on the Wight. Australian researchers set a new world record with bifacial solar cells, Inceptive Mind. Flojo world record within reach, says confident Thompson Hara, Stabroek News. Robot beetle now part of the Guinness Book of World Records as the lightest crawling robot ever invented, Science Times. The record holder for tallest living man in the U.S. dies at 38, CNN. Check upside, Campbell River paramedic going for paddleboarding Guinness World Record, check. Watch, man sets world record for eating McDonald's Big Macs every day for 50 years, aisle. Grandma sets record as the oldest powerlifter but people cannot believe her age, Ammo Mama. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Hawaii asks tourists to delay vacations until November as COVID-19 cases soar. News-illiterate cops order air hunt for Antifa citing neo-Nazi rumors that triggered armed mobs. Spider-Man, No Way Home's first trailer spins a whole new adventure. Amos used Microsoft tool leak troves of data from 47 organizations. Witches of Blackwood looks like an intriguing slice of Australian folk horror. Nightmare of the Wolf brings more than bloody action to the Witcher's world. The balloon never had a chance. Another major pandemic likely to happen this century, scientists warn. All $610 million stolen in historic crypto heist has been returned, Poly Network says. 2 new Shang-Chi videos highlight its huge action and scope. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Ashraf International at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Amundsen in Scott's South Pole Station at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. The long wait is over, Sony drops teaser trailer for Spider-Man, No Way Home. Study, ants create stable tunnels and nests, much like humans play Jenga. GM recalls every Chevy Bolt ever made, blames LG for faulty batteries. At least one species of primate underperforms when the heat is on. Netflix reveals premiere date, first images for live-action Cowboy Bebop series. Google Pay team reportedly in major upheaval after botched app revamp. Intel Foundry Services gets a boost from $100 Pentagon Award for US-made chips. Shang-Chi film review, Marvel's latest grabs the brass ring, all 10 of them. Windows 11 ISOs make it easier to test the betas with a clean install. New PS5 model is lighter, has a better screw. The following headlines are from Raw Story. The tragic vulnerability of American elites is making the pandemic worse. Conservatives are recycling a claim from World War II to oppose bringing in Afghan refugees. Why Lindsey Graham cannot divorce himself from the forereaches of Trumpism. Dallas police defend DWI arrest of Allen West's wife as her lawyer questions their evidence. Legal experts explain how probe into January 6 phone records will work and what it could reveal. The answer is no. Taliban reject idea of U.S. extending exit deadline. Boogaloo militia member pleads guilty to destroying evidence, report. Adam Schiff reveals startling facts after classified Afghanistan briefing. CNN tries to track down corporate HQ of Arizona auditor cyber ninjas, and it doesn't go well. Maddow mocks Mo Brooks getting booed by hometown crowd. Surprise, I thought Frankenstein would love his creation. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Boosters before the world is vaccinated isn't just unjust, it could prolong the pandemic for everyone. He was just trying to study COVID treatments. Ivermectin zealots sent hate mail calling him a Nazi. Guess which company ranks worst for environmental racism? They beat the odds to win the U.S. visa lottery, but crippling delays may keep them in Afghanistan. A naturopath's advice for reasoning with vaccine deniers. 3 facts about Mondays to start the week. The science of how wildfires got so hellish. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. NASA's next search for life is in extraterrestrial oceans, Bloomberg. Dad builds 40-foot rocket for college-bound daughter with an interest in space, Duluth News-Tribune. What $800,000 buys in California, The New York Times. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Listening to songs can help language recovery after stroke, Forbes. Age-related mushroom body expansion in male sweat bees and bumblebees, scientific reports, Nature.com. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, August 24th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. A call for scientific inquiry of UFOs made by Association of Aerospace and Aeronautical Engineers. Center for UFO Studies, see UFOs, new digitization project. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News I8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News I8. All rights reserved.